Hi, I'm Amy, thank you for tuning in. I hope everybody had a really great February. I did. I went away to Lake District for a few days for my little boy's birthday, which was really fun. I got lots of writing, lots of reading done. As you can probably hear, I unfortunately ended the month with tonsillitis, which I'm just recovering from. So apologies if I'm a little bit croaky in this video. Just a quick update before I get to the books that I'm planning to read in March. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be appearing at MCM Comic Con in London, which I'm super excited about. I've always wanted to go as an attendee, so it'll be lovely to go as an author this year. I'm going to be doing a panel and a signing, so if you're interested, please check it out. There's lots of author guests and guests from TV shows and movies and things going, so if you check the website, you'll be able to see who else is appearing. So first, let me tell you about the books that I started in February, didn't manage to finish, so they will be top of my TBR, and then as usual, I've got an absolutely enormous stack of things that I want to read, but I'm not panicking. I am quite enjoying having a big TBR because I find that it means I've got plenty of choices and I just carry on the ones, carry over the ones that I still want to read the next month. And some of them, if I'm not feeling them at that point, I just put them to one side temporarily. So it may look like a lot, but don't worry about me because I'm fine with it. So the books I'm currently reading, I got sent this one from Scholastic, really appreciate it. This time it's Real by Anne Liang. I read the blurb of this and just thought it sounded so cute and is exactly what I wanted, exactly what it says on the cover. It's really well written, it's very immersive in the culture of China where the book is set. So I'm excited to see how this one finishes. I'll just quickly read you the blurb and then I'll move on to my other current reads. When 17-year-old Eliza Lynn's essay about meeting love of her life goes viral, her life changes overnight. Except Eliza made the entire thing up. She's never been in a relationship before, let alone in love. Desperate to hide the truth, Eliza strikes a deal with the budding actor in her class, Kaz. She'll help him with college applications if he poses as her boyfriend. When their fake relationship starts feeling a little too convincing, will Eliza choose between her dreams or her heart? It's so good, I'll be able to give you a full review when I finish the book, but this is going to be a good start to the month, finishing this one. I am rereading the Morgan Mill Vampires books, and I didn't get as far with this one as I expected to this month because it took me a little while to get into this. I've been reading it in little bits, and the book carries on immediately from book one, which for some reason I found a little bit jarring. In a way, I would have found it a bit easier if the story had ended and then a new one had started, sort of, months or weeks later or something like that. I've also found a couple of troubling things in this book. Some kind of quite casual references to boys not treating girls very nicely. I won't go into it too much more, but please check the content warnings for this one because it kind of left me feeling a little bit uneasy, and there's quite a few references of assault and things like that, but in quite a casual context, which I really didn't like. So please be mindful if you pick this one up. I am really enjoying the story, but that is just something that is kind of spoiling it a little bit for me. So I will be finishing this one and let you know what I think of it overall, but that is just something to bear in mind. I've been buddy reading From Blood and Ash with a group of bloggers. We've been a little bit slow with it. We started off the month really well and then we've kind of not stuck to the prompts as much, so I got about halfway through this one. I'm not a big reader of kind of, I don't even know what genre to call this, like adult romantasy, I guess. I do really like the mythology in this. I think I probably will read more books for this audience because I'm enjoying the relationships and the fact that the characters are dealing with more adult things, because I do love YA, but obviously I can't relate as much to the things that they're going through as I can to adult characters. So yes, I'm interested in this. I know that there are more books, and I've showed the right bit actually this time. I've got about half to read in March, so hopefully I'll get that done. Next up, I'm planning to read The Accident as part of the Point Horror Book Club. I do remember that I had this one in the 90s, but can't remember anything about it, and I think that's a good way to go into a point horror book. This one says she appears in Megan's mirror one day, a pale wispy shadow, the ghost of Juliet, a young girl who tragically drowned in the lake. Then she makes a strange request. She begs Megan to change place with her just for a week. Megan is both terrified and fascinated by this strange apparition and reluctantly agrees, as you do. But who is Juliet and what really happened on the lake all those years ago? And if Megan gives up her life to Juliet, will she ever get it back? How do point horror authors come up with these things? I just love how outlandish they are. I did like Diane Ho's books back in the day, so I'm looking forward to see where this one will go. Next, I've started reading the HarperConnelly series. If anybody's been watching my channel for a while, they will know that I've got really into Charlene Harris books this past year. I really like the covers of these ones, quite simple, but the colour palette is just really pleasing to me for some reason. So I started the HarperConnelly books in February, and then I'm planning to read the second one in March. At first, I wasn't as keen on it, I'll be honest, as the Sookie Stackhouse and Dora Teagarden books, but then when I got into the book and got to know the main character, I enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to this one. I think this is a trilogy, so I have 2 more books to go. This was on my TBR last month, I think, or the month before. I really, really want to read With Fire in Their Blood. It's a mafia story. There's romance, I think there's magic, there's a clan war. It just sounds brilliant. Lots of things, ticking lots of boxes. I'll read you the blurb so you can get the full impression, and hopefully I'll get to this one this month. A simmering supernatural romance set in the crumbling Italian city of Castello, where mafia clans make the rules, dark magic pulses the streets, and the sins of the past threaten to consume the present. I won't read the full thing because I can hear my voice going, but I hope you got enough of a flavour to hear how good this book sounds. Next, a proof that I was kindly sent from Usborne. It comes out in April, I think. Yes, April. Royal Blood, which is described as being perfect for fans of Princess Diaries, Gossip Girl, The King is Dead, all of those things I like. It says, The Princess Diaries meets secret, scandal and murder. Welcome to your new obsession. When I posted about this, lots of people said that they had read it. People contacted me and said it was really good and I should read it. So I'm looking forward to this. I saw Erin Megan talking about this book, Found, which is a found footage anthology. I've got really into anthologies lately, although I do seem to buy them and then not always read them and just put them on my shelf. But this one's quite short, so I think I should be able to get to it pretty quickly. I'm into found footage, into anthologies, so I'm hoping that this one will be really good. And can I just say, I really appreciate the VHS tape design, is excellent. Next up, we have the YA Book Club read, which is 1,000,000 to 1, and I'm so excited about this. I shouldn't play favourites with books, but when we put together the list, this was the one I really wanted to read. It is a heist novel set on the Titanic, and I have started reading it, and I just absolutely love the characters. It's a group of young women who decide to pull off a really outrageous heist, and of course I'm imagining things are going to go quite wrong because the Titanic is going to sink while they're on it. I just think that whole premise is brilliant. I've never read any of Adiba's books before, so I'm excited to give this one a go. The next book I'm planning to read has been on my TBR a couple of times, The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. I've been craving adult romance after reading lots of Charlene Harris books, so I'm hoping this will fit the bill. Witchy instead of vampires, and I've heard good things about it online, so hopefully I'll be impressed with it too. I have been collecting the Ultimate Storyteller Stephen King books, and this one is one that when I posted about my collection, a couple of people recommended Night Shift. It's an anthology of short stories. Look at that cover, it's awesome. I do know that Children of the Corn is in this one, which is the cult movie, movie about cults, not just a film that's really popular. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I don't think I read this one back in the day. Quite a lot of Stephen King's that I'm reading now, I kind of realised that I read when I was a teenager first. So this one should be another really good pick. 2 anthologies this month. Shows that I'm getting into them. Next, The Project by Corny Summers. It's been on my TBR so many times. I think I'm going to listen to the audiobook of this because I really liked the audiobook of Sadie, one of her other novels. This one also about cults. Didn't intentionally pick 2 cult books this month. But it's about a girl who ends up joining a cult. And I think her sister tries to find out what happened to her. As far as I went, I'm just trying to read the blurb really quickly because I don't want to read the whole thing with my scratchy voice. Next up, I've promised myself I'm going to try and read some classics this year. This is one that people have told me is great, The Picture of Dorian Gray. I tend to like the kind of more gothic and creepy classics, so I thought this one would be a good choice. Next, a book that I keep seeing on social media, it keeps teasing me, so I eventually caved and bought it, even though it's quite expensive, a hardcover treat to myself. It says on the front, high fantasy, low stakes, good company. It sounds really cute. I think it is a barbarian who decides to open a coffee shop, and it just sounds really fun. I really like this artwork. I think that might actually be one of the covers, but this cover is really nice too, so I'm excited about that one. Excuse me, cough strikes again. Next we have Big Bad. I'm also trying to read more of my Buffy collection. This is one of the more recent offerings by Lily Anderson. It's got Juliet Lando quote on the front, so if Drew Solar thinks it's good, then I definitely need to read it, and it's got a whole blurb from her on the back if you want to pause it. So this one is an alternate reality Sunnydale, 1999, so it is 90s too, as well as being Buffy. It's the proper Buffy era. So I'm planning to prioritise that. And Nine Liars has been on my TBR since I bought it, pre-ordered it. I love Maureen Johnson's books, so this one I really hope I'll get to, but based on the tower of books around me, this might be one that gets bumped again just because it's already out. I always try and prioritise things I purchased recently or things that are early copies that publishers have sent me. So that may be the one I don't get to. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with the scratchy voice if you've done it till this point. It feels okay now, it's just doesn't sound that great. So I'm hoping that I will get to as many of these books as possible. Please let me know in the comments which ones I should prioritise and what you thought of them, because I'd love a little bit of help of choosing between all of these books. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye!